The devastating Los Angeles fires weren't just natural tragedies. There are coincidences too strange to ignore. Pristine celebrity mansions, dates aligned with occult rituals, mysterious sounds in the air before the flames. In this video, we will reveal 5 scary coincidences about the LA fire that will make you question everything you believe. Is there something more behind these flames? 1. Celebrity mansions, unaffected mysteriously. A curious pattern observed during the Great Los Angeles fires is the seemingly inexplicable protection of certain celebrity properties. While entire neighborhoods are consumed by fire, some mansions of notable figures remain untouched, even when surrounded by completely devastated areas. This raises intriguing questions about what is protecting these properties. Among the most popular theories is the idea that these mansions could be equipped with advanced fire defense systems, accessible only to the ultra-rich. These systems, often mentioned in safety reports, include automatic water cannons and chemical barriers capable of slowing or extinguishing flames. However, for conspiracy theorists, these explanations are not enough. Some suggest there is something much deeper at play. The theory that certain celebrities have connections to powerful elites or occult groups gives rise to speculation that their properties are intentionally spared. This could be the result of secret pacts, mystical protections, or even negotiations with governments and corporations that would be behind the origin of the fires. Furthermore, in some cases, properties neighboring these mansions are completely destroyed, as if the fires were selective. Theorists point to satellite images that show lines of fire apparently straying from certain properties, suggesting the possibility of manipulating fire behavior, perhaps with the use of advanced technologies such as directed energy weapons. The fascination with these events grows even more when one considers that some of the spared mansions belong to celebrities known for their involvement in controversies or rumored connections to secret societies. This reinforces the idea that these protections go beyond simple home security measures. Another point that fuels suspicion is the silence of these celebrities. Few of them talk about how their homes were spared, even in the midst of a tragedy that affected so many other people. This omission only increases the mystery, leaving room for more conspiratorial interpretations. These factors combine to create a thought-provoking narrative that mixes privilege, hidden secrets, and intentional manipulation of events. The story of the mansions that escaped the fires serves as a powerful example of how willing the public is to question official versions and seek alternative explanations. 2. Dates coincide with ritualistic events. One of the most intriguing and controversial aspects about the devastating fires in Los Angeles is the apparent coincidence between the dates on which they occur and significant milestones in the occult or esoteric calendar. For conspiracy theorists, this is not a simple coincidence, but rather evidence that these events may be connected to carefully planned rituals by powerful groups or secret societies. Fires and the occult calendar. Several fires in Los Angeles have coincided with key dates in lunar cycles, such as full or new moons, which are often associated with spiritual practices or rituals in various mystical traditions. Additionally, these dates often align with pagan or esoteric fire-related festivals, such as Beltane or Samhain, which celebrate transformation, purification, and renewal. For example, in one widely discussed case, a devastating fire broke out on the same night as the winter solstice, a time that, for many cultures and occult groups, is considered ideal for rituals of renewal and sacrifice. Another notorious fire occurred near the autumnal equinox, another date loaded with spiritual symbolism. Theorists suggest that elites may be carrying out large-scale rituals, using fire as a means of channeling energy or offering sacrifices. Fire as a ritualistic element. Fire has been a central symbol in spiritual practices throughout history, representing purification, transformation, and destruction. For theorists, the use of fire in an event like the LA fires is not random. It is seen as a ritualistic tool of high magnitude. These fires, which burn intensely and often seem uncontrollable, could be interpreted as offerings to mystical forces or as a way to clear energy from an area to prepare the space for something new. The connection with the elite and secret societies. Another point raised by theorists is the possible connection between Hollywood elites and secret societies that follow esoteric practices. Some of these societies, such as the Illuminati or other lesser-known orders, are often accused of using large-scale events as a means of consolidating spiritual or political power. In this context, the dates chosen for the fires reinforce the narrative that these events are more than natural tragedies. They are deliberate acts with a hidden purpose, numerology and symbolic patterns. In addition to specific dates, theorists often point to the use of numerology in these events. For example, fires that start or peak on days associated with numbers considered powerful, such as 11, 13, or 33, are seen as yet another layer of symbolism. In some interpretations, these numbers have deep meanings related to control, transition, and spiritual power. The role of secrecy and the media, the lack of clear explanations, and the often superficial coverage by mainstream media also fuel these theories. For many, the lack of detailed investigations into the causes of the fires, combined with the quickness to dismiss links with symbolic or occult elements, is interpreted as an effort to cover up the truth. The dominant narrative, which often attributes fires to natural factors or negligence, does not satisfy those who believe there is something deeper going on. Inexplicable testimonies and evidence. Another interesting aspect are the reports of witnesses who mentioned unusual phenomena before or during the fires. Some reported feeling a strange energy in the atmosphere, while others claimed to have seen mysterious figures or ceremonies held near the burned areas shortly before the events. While these stories are difficult to verify, they add a layer of mystery and further fuel speculation. 3. Celebrities with secrets revealed shortly after the fires. An intriguing pattern that draws attention to large fires in Los Angeles is the temporal relationship between the events and the revelation of secrets or scandals involving celebrities. Often, shortly after fires, sensational stories about public figures come into the spotlight, raising suspicions that natural disasters can be used as a smokescreen to cover up or facilitate these leaks. The scandals and the opportune moment. Several examples reinforce this connection. In 2018, shortly after the devastating Woolsey fires, scandals involving big names in Hollywood emerged, with allegations of abusive behavior by renowned producers and actors. The temporal coincidence led theorists to speculate that the fires may have been set or manipulated to create a distraction, diverting public attention. The reasoning behind this theory is that large-scale fires dominate headlines and social media, taking the focus away from scandals that could generate outrage or mobilizations. This synchrony between disasters and revelations causes many people to see the fires as part of a larger plan, possibly orchestrated by those with something to hide. Destruction of physical evidence. Another fascinating aspect of this theory is the idea that fires can be used to destroy physical evidence linked to investigations or secrets. Files, documents, and even entire locations can be erased by flames, eliminating traces that could implicate powerful figures. For example, celebrity properties that were hit by fire could contain compromising documents or even caches of valuable items that needed to disappear. There is also the case of mansions that, although apparently destroyed, were subject to surprisingly quick reconstructions. This raises suspicions about how the losses were used to mask secrets that were hidden in these locations. The public sacrifice theory. Within the context of Hollywood, some theorists connect the fires and scandals to the idea that celebrities are, at certain times, publicly sacrificed to maintain a balance of power. This theory suggests that leaks and controversies would be a way to divert attention from more powerful figures or groups operating behind the scenes. This concept is often associated with celebrities whose careers were on the rise before the fires, and who, shortly after the disasters, were exposed to scandals that damaged their image. For theorists, this is not a coincidence, but rather part of a calculated cycle. The role of social networks. The dissemination of celebrity news today largely occurs on social media, where the speed and volatility of information are high. Theorists argue that fires create a dominant narrative that is more easily manipulated, allowing scandals to be introduced into the news flow in a controlled manner. This creates the illusion of transparency while keeping the public distracted from deeper issues. Media complicity. The media plays an important role in this theory. Some believe that large news conglomerates, which often have close ties to Hollywood elites, collaborate to ensure that certain topics gain more or less visibility. Thus, fires can be largely covered, while scandals emerge in the background, almost like a calculated side effect. Emblematic cases. Theorists often cite emblematic cases to reinforce their beliefs. For example, during the 2020 fires, a series of reports about financial fraud and inappropriate behavior involving high-profile celebrities emerged almost simultaneously. The coincidence fueled rumors that the fires served as a distraction or even as a cleaning of files that could be used in legal proceedings. 4. Fires near famous film and series locations. A particularly intriguing coincidence surrounding the Los Angeles fires is that many of them occur in areas that have a strong connection to the entertainment industry. Iconic locations from blockbuster films and series are frequently hit, fueling theories that these events may have a darker purpose than they appear. Iconic places on fire. Some of the areas affected by the fires include famous sets used in legendary films and series, such as production sets in Malibu Creek State Park or the iconic Hollywood ranches. These places are not only tourist destinations, but also points of great symbolic value for the film industry. For example, the Woolsey Fire in 2018 devastated parts of Paramount Ranch, where scenes from series like Westworld were filmed. For conspiracy theorists, the destruction of these areas raises questions about what was really being lost. Was it just Hollywood's cultural history or something more tangible, like secret archives or compromising elements of the industry? The erasure of historical memories. A widely discussed theory suggests that the destruction of iconic sites serves a greater purpose, erasing memories and symbols of Hollywood's golden age. This may be in line with the intention of elites or corporations to reshape the cultural and visual narrative of the industry by physically erasing locations that carry histories that may be inconvenient. Furthermore, it is believed that certain fires may have been used as a pretext to clear areas that have served as settings for controversial productions or that have been associated with past scandals. Covert technology and experiments. Another point frequently raised by theorists is that these locations may have been used for activities beyond film production. Some areas, especially those located in isolated terrain, could host technological experiments or covert activities. The destruction of these locations by fires can therefore be interpreted as an attempt to cover up evidence or projects that should not come to light. Million-dollar insurance and financial incentives. The destruction of famous locations also raises suspicions due to the high amounts involved in insurance policies. Owners of these places often have million-dollar insurance policies that cover damage caused by natural disasters. Some theorists argue that fires could be deliberately set to allow these areas to be rebuilt with insurance funds, resulting in a net profit for those involved. Uncomfortable coincidences with new projects. Another element that reinforces the theory is that in several cases, fires coincide with the start of large development projects. Areas that were previously protected as cultural or environmental heritage suddenly become available for modern construction, such as luxury resorts, state-of-the-art film studios, or even housing developments aimed at the elite. The role of drones and advanced weapons. There is also speculation that the destruction of these locations may not be a simple coincidence. Reports of strange lights, unidentified drones, and even the sounds of explosions before the fires fuel the belief that advanced technologies, such as directed energy weapons, may be being used to target these areas with surgical precision. Impact on culture and popular imagination. The destruction of iconic locations also has a profound emotional impact on audiences. For many, watching these places disappear in flames is like losing a part of their own collective memory. This loss can be used as a tool to divert attention from larger issues, especially if there is a carefully constructed narrative of inevitable tragedy being promoted by the media. Specific cases that raise suspicions. The fire on the Westworld set at Paramount Ranch occurred shortly before rumors of production restructuring. Locations from classic series like MASH, also affected by other fires, were known to contain memorabilia of high historical value. After large fires, some areas previously protected by environmental laws saw a relaxation of regulations, allowing commercial development. 5 reports of strange sounds before the fires. Before many of the devastating fires in Los Angeles, residents reported hearing unusual sounds such as muffled explosions, intense hums, or even reverberating metallic noises. These reports create a backdrop of mystery and fuel theories that the fires may not be natural phenomena or simple accidents, but rather events caused intentionally by unknown forces. Sounds that defy conventional explanations. Residents of areas close to the fires frequently mentioned loud, unexplained sounds in the moments before the flames spread. Common descriptions include high-pitched buzzing or pulsing sounds, compared to the noise of drones or operating electrical devices. Muffled explosions, which were heard even in remote areas, suggesting controlled detonations. Metallic noises or grinding noises, as if large machines were in operation. Although experts attribute these sounds to natural phenomena, such as strong winds or burning trees, many find these explanations insufficient, especially considering the consistency of the reports. The theory of directed energy weapons. One of the most popular theories suggests that the unusual sounds are caused by the use of directed energy weapons, DEWs. These weapons, supposedly developed for military purposes, use high-energy beams to cause damage to specific targets. Theorists point to videos and images that show bright beams of light or burn marks in linear shapes, characteristics associated with this type of technology. This theory is reinforced by reports from witnesses who claim to have seen intense lights or mysterious flashes in the sky immediately before the fires started. The idea that such weapons could be used in an urban setting, whether for experiments or covert purposes, generates intense speculation. Intentional outbursts to create distractions. Another line of thought is that explosions or strange sounds could be the result of controlled detonations. In this scenario, the fires would be started deliberately as part of a larger plan. the sounds captured before the fires could be attributed to the installation of incendiary devices or the activation of mechanisms to spread the fire quickly. This theory is often connected to the idea that fires are used as distractions from more significant events, such as political changes, scandal revelations, or covert government operations. Noises related to supernatural phenomena. Some theorists suggest that the sounds could originate from supernatural phenomena. According to this line of thinking, areas hit by fires could be high-energy zones where paranormal events are more likely to occur. Unexplained noises would be a harbinger of spiritual activities or even signs of mystical forces manipulating the environment. These theories gain strength when connected to local legends. Some areas of Los Angeles are historically associated with spiritual practices, esoteric cults, or stories of hauntings. The combination of mysterious noises and devastating fires creates a fascinating and suspenseful narrative. Witness accounts. I heard a noise similar to a turbine, but much louder and more constant. Then I saw the first flames appear. Report from a resident near Malibu. It sounded like the sound of something being cut or ground, followed by a pop. I've never heard anything like it before. Witness in an area hit by the Woolsey fire. It was like metallic thunder, and then everything started to burn. I thought it was strange because the sky was clear. Resident of a community near the Hollywood Hills. Lack of official explanations. Although there are efforts to justify these sounds as natural phenomena or coincidences, the lack of convincing explanations from authorities only strengthens conspiracy theories. Experts often dismiss the reports as exaggerations or misperceptions, but this approach is seen by many as an attempt to cover up the truth. Connection with industrial or military activities. Another theory suggests that the sounds could be generated by industrial activities or military testing near the affected areas. Some regions of Los Angeles have research and development facilities linked to corporations and government agencies, such as NASA or Lockheed Martin. For theorists, these activities could be directly related to the fires. If you think for yourself and find this all very strange, I invite you to subscribe to the channel so that you receive more videos like this, where we investigate the truth.